a great shift with some fantastic tackles, and Palmer had a good game, Lee had a great game. 4 goals from 4 different players.
We're seeing the highlights now. I mean, Evans early on in goal for Walsall was magnificent, made that great tip over to deny Wrexham, who kept the pressure on. Forde swung it in, and then Boyle's header over the keeper. Finally he was beaten. He'd made, what, 3 world-class saves in the first 10 minutes, but he couldn't do anything about that beautifully measured header by Boyle. He'd already denied him once, Boyle, a similar header over him, which he clawed out from, well, it looked like it was beyond him, but the header by Boyle was utter perfection over him into the top corner.
The perfect crossing from Luke Young, straight onto the top of his head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Spot on. And Wrexham continued to create. The Walsall threatened. Dreadful mistake by Hussey. Palmer with a magnificent volley, just launching it from 25 yards over the keeper, who'd been stranded by Hussey's mistake. Brilliant work that, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's not an easy take for him, is it? Because he took it on the full volley. You had to watch that ball coming down at his feet and just get the right amount of weight on it to lift it over the keeper and under the bar.
It's a real textbook attempt, really, isn't it? Because he's really struck it. It's all about control rather than hitting it hard with a volley, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Then Walsall pulled the goal back with a lovely set-piece move.
Set-piece, yeah.
Hussey, who made the mistake for that goal, pulling a goal back. A corner drilled short. Really good run across the keeper. And it's laid off to Hussey, who slammed it into the bottom left corner.
I think you said earlier maybe Jones should have picked him up, not giving as much time on the ball, because he had a free hit, really. Nobody picked him up at all, just run straight to the box, and an excellent goal.
Lovely touch round the corner by Draper, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Wrexham found themselves under pressure then. That remarkable strike by Sturck
hit the post,
which hit the inside of the post. I think it just hit Foster as well. Could easily have gone in off the keeper, but ricocheted back out, and then Daniels had a glorious chance in the corner of the 6-yard box, and Foster did brilliantly to stand up and block his powerful low drive with his right foot. But the strike, the height he gets on it, that's a phenomenal
down so quickly, doesn't it?
Incredible.
I think Foster thought he was going to go over, but it just dropped like a balloon, a lead balloon.
Magnificent. Yeah. Mendy then pulling the ball inside from the left, and Bickerstaff drilling the ball through the keeper's legs. His first league goal for Wrexham. Scores league goals for Nantwich and Carnarvon, and when he's on loan. Great ball in by Mendy. Lovely turn and finish by Bickerstaff, who also complained that Palmer had committed the foul on Daniels at the start of the move, but I think the replay showed that he hadn't. As Bickerstaff deserved that, didn't he?
He did, he put it in, yeah. And that was 3-1, Mark.
And that was 3-1, and there was still plenty of fun to go, plenty of chances.
Fantastic football game to watch, isn't it? It's been a great game of football.
It was an absolute thriller, wasn't it? Wrexham then creating another chance. Jones trying to feed it in, poor clearance to Lee, and Lee drilled it into the bottom left corner. And it was at that point that you felt we'd got it really secure.
Yeah, 4-1 up.
Because Walsall did have a lot of the ball, did put pressure on it. They will have wished that Johnson maybe might have gotten to the end of more, because Johnson, of course, is their deadly finisher. But Lee with a great right-footed finish from the edge of the area.
And then after that, you didn't think Walsall didn't create a lot, did they? Yes, they had a bit of possession. We could have put the game to bed a couple of times, and we didn't, to make it 5-1.
Look, Connor had that shot cleared off the line, which was a fabulous clearance. Struck it from close range, and then Walsall, of course, pulled one back right at the end as well. But by then, I think it was all sort of lost, wasn't it, for them?
Yeah, very much so. Some surprise results. We're just getting a list of the results.
Stockport drew Bradford. Where are the surprises? I'm lost looking at this.
MK Dons lost.
Oh, yeah.
MK Dons lost. Trying to see what channel they were.